Hi, I'm Luthier Brian Howard. I do a lot of finish work here in my shop, and I get asked questions about how to do things all the time. One of the things I get asked about all the time is how to fill small defects and all that to make the work look flawless. Now you can do it after the fact with a drop fill, but the more of it you take care of before you even get the sealer done, the better it's going to be. I usually recommend a burn-in repair for these type things. And I always get asked, what is a burn-in repair? How do you do a burn-in repair? So today I'm going to show you the supplies you need and how to actually do some burn-in repair. Okay, so these are some of the basic supplies. These are burn-in sticks. This one is black. This is the one we're going to be using today. But it comes in all kinds of stuff. It comes in white, good for binding repairs. Comes in a clear. Comes in a couple different shades of amber. Comes in a variety of natural wood tones. These guys here are really useful for, say, filling under the frets after you do a refret, or even after you do your initial fret if you're building guitars. It's a great way to fill under that slot if you need to. I have quite a selection of them on hand to do the things I need to do. Like I say, today we'll be using black. Another thing you need is a burn-in knife. Now you can buy an electric powered hot knife, and I've never used one, so I don't know. This is what I've always used. This is a stainless steel butter knife. Something cheap got out of the flea market. It's been cut off at the end. Ground up square. Makes a great stiff little knife. I have another one here that I did the same thing to, but then I bend it at the end for getting inside of curves and stuff. The straight one is the one I use 95% of the time. This is only used when I absolutely need to, in little curved areas I can't get to with a flat knife. As I mentioned the colors before, you can custom blend colors. This is a few chunks I have cut together that pretty much matches most of the rosewood I've been using for fretboards and stuff. So I buy my fretboards in lots. I mix up some putty that matches them, and this is good to fill under any fret slots or anything I need to do. Another thing you're going to need is heat. I use a Burnsmatic propane torch. It's a Bunsen burner. I just keep it going on the workbench beside me. I use that to heat the knife as needed. I get the sticks from various suppliers, and they are made out of different resins, and some of them have higher melting points than others. So I really like using just a Bunsen burner to heat my knife. I can control the temperature of the knife to get the material to do what I need it to do, and you'll see why that's important in just a second. So here's what we're working on. This guitar here I'm building, I did a border out of little maple tiles. And all maple tiles are all set in a black resin. Got a few little air bubbles here and there that didn't come out, so they left little pock marks, and we're going to be filling them. I've got my burner going behind me. You notice I have a rag here. First thing you want to do is just heat up the knife and clean it off. Wipe any old resin or anything else that might be on there off. You're going to keep this rag here because you're going to want to clean your knife in between each little repair so it doesn't get to be a big smeary mess, which just means more work in a minute or two when we go to sanding. So here we are, close up of our little pock marks. You can see I went around looking for them, and I marked them with little pieces of green tape. And one of the first things you want to make sure you do, you want them to be clean, so we're going to stipple it with a little poly brush. We're going to knock the dust up out of them. Now I can see one right here, but the dust won't knock out of it. I'm going to try them again. Okay, it still won't come out, but that spot's going to look like crap under finish. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little dental tool for this guy here, and we're just going to gently pick at him. Want to get anything that doesn't look nice and black going out of there. Black is one of the toughest ones to fill because if there's a little piece of anything else in there, it will usually be lighter than black and it will show through. That was just a little air pocket. We got it opened up now. We're probably pretty good to go. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little guys we're going to fill. So again, I'm heating up my knife on my burner behind me. I'm going to take my black burn-in stick and I'm going to melt a little bit right on the end of it. And I'm just going to take that and I'm going to work it right into the little hole. Clean off my knife, heat it up again, wipe it on the rag, come back in here with just the hot knife now. And make sure you get that down into where you want it to be. And you don't want any more to sand off than you have to. Again, clean my knife. So move this down in here, try and show you that. A little more material, we're going to go right in that little pop mark right there. He's a tough one. Normally I'd be working at this from the other side. I'm just going to step around here. Clean that knife off. Heat it up. Press it down in. Clean it. Press it. Clean it. Do another one. We're going to get a little more material. I'm just going to put it right on the corner of my knife. I'm going to put it in there like that. Clean off my knife. And I still see a little bit of that one. So we're going to get just a hair more material. Get in there. A little bit more. There we go. Now we got that little one right down there that I have to dig out. Again, just a little bit of compound right here on the corner since I'm going small holes. Right like that. Okay, and then we can clean our knife. That's pretty much what there is to it. At this point, I take a small cork lined block and some 180 grit paper. I'm going to pull these pieces of tape off and just going to come in here and sand this. Okay, and we'll brush it on off. And we still got one stubborn little pinhole there. So here we go. Put it on our knife. Right in there. And again, we don't have to wait. We can sand these right away. It's that fast. There you have it.